Good morning, viewers. My name is Natalia Amutana and welcome to our second program for Accounting Grade 9. Our topic for today is posting of the debtors transaction from the cash book, debtors journal, debtors return journal, as well as the general journal to your debtors ledger. The lesson objectives are: 1. Explain the debtors ledger. 2. Explain the purpose of preparing a debtors ledger. 3. Post transaction from the relevant book of first entry to the debtors ledger. Let's look at what a debtors ledger is and its purpose. A debtors ledger is a ledger used for the accounts of individual debtors. Each debtor appearing in the debtors journal must have an individual account in our debtors ledger. The purpose of preparing a debtors ledger is: 1. To find out the initial amount owed by each debtor at the end of each month. 2. The debtors ledger allows the business to send correct statement of account to debtors on a monthly basis. And lastly, a list of debtors will also indicate the total amount of money owed to the business by all the debtors. The debtors ledger consists of 3 columns: 1 for debit transaction, 1 for credit transaction, and 1 for the balance. The accounts of debtors are balanced after each transaction. Let us now look at how to post to the debtors ledger. Debtors are current assets. This means that debtors increase on the debit side and decrease on the credit side. All transactions that are increasing the debtors will be recorded on the debit side. Transactions that increase the debtors account could be sales on credit and interest charged on debtors overdue account from the general journal. Transactions that decrease the debtors will be recorded on the credit side. This transaction could be cash or bank transferred and discount allowed, sales returned, as well as any bad debts written off which comes from the general journal. And lastly, all these credit entries will be deducted from the balance. Remember that posting from the book of first entry to the debtors ledger is part of the double entry. For example, if we are posting from the debtors journal, the 2 accounts involved is the debtor and sales. Therefore, in the details column, we should write sales, and in the folio column, we write debtors journal, which is DJ. If we are posting from the debtors return journal, the 2 accounts involved is debtors and sales returns. Therefore, in the details column, we write sales returns, and in the folio, we write debtors return journal, which is DRJ. If debtors are settling their accounts, we post from the cash book. Therefore, in the details column, we write cash or bank depending on how the money was received. In the folio, we write cash book, which is CB. Now for the interest charge on the debtors overdue account, we post from the debtors journal. Therefore, in the details, we write the correct account, which is interest received. In the folio, we write general journal, which is GJ. Let us again refresh our minds on what we have learned. We have learned about the definition of debtors ledger as well as its purpose. We also explained the increasing and decreasing entries in the debtors ledger. Before we say goodbye, let us look at some few questions based on today's topic. Questions: A. What is the purpose of preparing the debtors ledger? B. Explain the transaction that increased the debtors ledger. And C. Explain the transaction that decreased the debtors ledger. Until next time, see you.